fresh players. They'll bring in new ideas, and most importantly, they're young, and they'll have quite a steep learning curve kind of thing. But because they're young, they'll be able to learn fast. And it looks like Infused are going to be heading towards the B bomb site. And just to clarify, the scoreboard is the wrong way around.
I'm glad you said it. It saves me doing so. Aaron is kind of toying with A, trying to get their attention. They're trying to keep the players present. Yet, although this B push hasn't quite happened yet, and the man I do want to watch to some amount is Victor here. He's quite the integral part in this plan. And however, Chronic already finding Aaron is a great way to start for EZskins. As the co-caster has already mentioned, the title is indeed a little bit backwards. That'll be adjusted, so keep that in mind. T-side have taken themselves around towards A, and it looks like they're going to go for the push, and Boaster's already waiting. This is going to be a hard way to start his event off, and they've got to be landing these shots.
He does, but he was just rushed by so many players. And again, here on DRS2, we saw how critical the short plant was for teams on the T side. But Zed, he went a little bit too aggressive there. He dropped down, and that is going to leave HoodsG all by himself. And the retake was brilliant from EZskins, and they are going to win the pistol.
And even mentally for a young team, just to get that first round. You know, first time on stage, you just want to get that solid start, and that's perfect. Pistol round comes in, they're going to get the defuse, and they keep 3 players alive, 2 of which already had armor as well. The 5-7 still in the hands of Victor. That's a good amount to keep in play. And that, you can already see on the camera there in the bottom left, you know, that was a big round for them just to start off well, and it's a big difference here. On the other side of things, Team Infused, they'll be fine with this. They're a veteran side. They have got, you know, experience aplenty.
Exactly. Like,
and we might see that later on here.
We think back to HoodsG, the amount of Counter-Strike games he's played. I mean, he was way back in the TGS days in London Mint playing with Henry G. He's been in this situation a gazillion times when there's pressure. That they are going to be trying to rush towards the A bomb site. Chronic here holding the crossfire as well. Down goes one. HoodsG with the Tech 9. We know how good this pistol is, but Chronic now should probably just wait for the rotation to come in. He doesn't want to give this FAMAS away, and he very well may do, because the Tech 9 is very deadly up close and personal. Headshot from Aaron. The bomb is down. And let's see whether this retake's going to come in.
Yeah, nice play from Victor as well, picking up Zed in mid, just going to remove as many elements as possible. But that plant is for sure, and they're going to have to push this one. They have to retake it. Critical is waiting out there. The Tech 9 comes in. He takes down Rezu. There's still HoodsG standing. They're playing the time so well. The push comes out. Andrew finds one. They actually do clean it up, but do they have the time? The defuse is coming in. That was very close, and I do think Victor just about has this.
He does, but EZskins Infused. Both teams are EZskins now. Brilliant. On a Sunday
Skins
morning.
for days. Skins
Henry's
for days.
probably loving this,
Oh,
but here we go.
He's having a great weekend.
Team Infused. So yeah, they planted the bomb.
There we go.
Both on the pistol and the second round. They invested into Tech 9s and armor and a few nades, a few smokes as well on that secondary round. So they are still going to have to eco Tech 9s all around, bar for Red Snake and Aaron. And again, Aaron, he used to play for MTW back in 1.6. You can't rule him out. He's such a crucial player. And I was talking to HoodsG early on in the week, and he told me that in his opinion, he is one of the best players on their lineup. So his experience will be crucial. But yet again, Team Infused, they've got the short control, and they're going to try and plant on A.
They are, and actually Critical's gained ground, and I don't think Rezu's quite aware that Critical's got that fantastic spot so far. Does eventually adjust. The bomb once again going down. These short plants have been coming in, but they've just not been quite able to maintain it. However, that's a very good start, but Rezu does prevail. Already on 2, nade comes out, and once again the retake working well here. Zed not quite in the position to make it work. They're going to get the 3 rounds to begin with, and that is absolutely perfect for these boys. And I've got to say, they look very well prepared here. For a team that is essentially quite young, quite new, they seem to know what they're doing on these retakes perfectly.
This is why Victor's so crucial. I mean, I remember back in 2006, I played the CS Source tournament with Victor, and I had no idea that they picked him up for the EZskins lineup when I was casting the qualifiers, and I thought to myself, holy moly, this guy goes way back, you know what I mean? And his experience is going to be crucial. It's going to be up to him as the in-game leader to help these youngsters on their way, tell them what's right, what's wrong, and try and keep them under control. And of course, for example, short boosts like that, and all the approaches that they've taken, he's such a crucial player for them to make sure they keep their heads in the game, and his experience is so important for EZskins.
Absolutely massive for them, and actually Critical running the AWP here, not HoodsG just yet. I don't know if it was based on Spawn, but it's already working out. Critical taking down Boaster is going to open up the A site, and now EZskins once again put in a bit of a predicament. However, if that bomb keeps going on the track it is, this could be quite difficult. Critical though takes down Rezu. Chronic now has to come up big. He gets the first, but it's not enough, and now Andrew left in a terrible predicament. And by sheer brute force alone, EZskins have kind of crumbled a little bit there.
Yeah, Victor's got to fall back here. He's invested quite heavily into this round, and he's just got to try and save this M4 to no surprise. He is very low, though, and Team Infused will know that because the players will know how much damage they've done to him. They are going to try and hunt him down to force him to have to buy up next round again. But because EZskins did win 3 in a row, we're not going to see an eco from them just yet. And Team Infused, it's important that they get their first round on the board as well. It's important that they get the ball rolling because they've got to try and redeem themselves. And if they manage to win this round, wow, EZskins' money is actually very, very bad considering they won 3 in a row. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. To add insult to injury, there's the headshot from Critical.
This man is absolutely phenomenal at these sort of moments. You can't doubt him. Love him or hate him, he is a bit of a Marmite kind of player, but he is damn good. Well, there's a nice pickup for Chronic. Already getting things off to a good start. Hudson finally take down Boaster, and Boaster not really having a big impact into this game just yet. A little bit slower on the start compared to maybe some of the other players so far for EZskins, but we are seeing that bomb starting to edge towards A up short, and EZskins have very little to work with on this one. Hudson going to try to be flashed out on long, not going to happen, and around the backside we are going to see the cleanup crew coming in. Aaron does take down 1, and this should be a very easy round now going forward.
Yeah, one CT push it up mid, one at long. Staying with AK would be ideal, but he's only on 17 points of health, and he knows that pretty much surrounded by T's. The chances of him are very, very slim. And there's the headshot from Aaron, 3-2.
Yeah, nicely done. And let's have a little look at that board. And this is what I'm saying, Boaster's meant to be one of those big, heavy-hitting players. With the amount of plays towards A, he has been playing A site. He's not quite has had a smoother start as maybe you could call out maybe Chronic there. Chronic is a player that I'm really glad to see doing well. And on the other side, I think we've just seen what Critical can achieve with this AWP. And maybe the EZskins boys were a little bit misinformed. Maybe there's been a little bit of a game at hand from that sort of play, and a massive stack towards long. 3 players now having to rotate back across as we are seeing the push towards B coming in, and Andrew now is left out in pretty much the cold as they're starting to make their cross. Smoke's gone in, and well, you can already see the plan unfolding. Critical just holding the push around the back. The bomb is going down. This will be a very hard retake. Yeah,
it's important as well that Andrew didn't go into that B-bomb site, waited for his teammates to come in, for the reinforcements to come in, and now they've got to try and retake it as a unit. That's great for Boaster's confidence. Famad's headshot in lower tunnels. Zed gets 1, Rezu comes in, and it's currently 3-on-3. This retake is doable for EZskins, especially as Boaster gets a second, but Hudg says no, Aaron says no, it's all down to Andrew. He's completely blind, he has to fall back, and it is going to be 3-all now. A solid B take from Team Infused. And maybe EZskins now, they might try and change it up on that B bomb site, maybe start things off with 2 players in B, prevent the rush coming in like that.
Yeah, and I think it's a very good display from Infused to be aware that, okay, it seems that EZskins have had a lot of pressure, a lot of players on towards A. They've been kind of leaving Victor alone on B. Let's therefore exploit it, and then kind of reset the whole game plan almost for EZskins. And at the moment, sadly, Cash is not going to be wonderful for the CT side. They are pretty skinned right now. They still have the gun on Andrew, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much with it as the play is coming towards long. But they are going to be stacking it out towards short, and I wonder if they can maybe get a couple of guns away or do a little bit of damage.
Yeah, that should be the primary aim for them. If they can salvage maybe an AK-47, save it and take it into the next round, they'll do their money a world of good on this more expensive CT side. But Team Infused, they're trying to keep their distance. That's why they're taking it slow, checking every corner because of how strong these pistols are up close. But Hudg with 1, looking to make it 2. It's Critical who chimes in with an all kill, and this A-bomb site is under Infused control.
Yeah, Andrew's at least got down Zed, but he's not really in a position to get much more out of this. Chronic will at least get himself an AK, and if they can retain these 2, it's not the end of the world. They keep 2 guns in play, and well, I don't think they can really try and achieve much more than that. The T-side are already pushing out, hunting. You can see Critical starting to edge his way around. He's already expecting this. Such a veteran player. Oh, the seconds difference then. He's going to try and make a little bit of a cheeky shot out of it. He does have backup arriving. Aaron is starting to make his way through those tunnels. Does claim Chronic. Sadly, Andrew will not go down without a fight, and now Critical left to hunt him down. And these guys are willing to push for this one.
You know, it's a shame that Andrew can actually get the flag off the Critical and prevent him saving the AWP, and there's going to be no guns taken into the next round for EZskins. But then again, it was an eco. They're not going to be too disappointed with that. The fact that I think they dropped 2 out of the 5 Team Infused players is still going to be relatively decent for them, and I think they'll be pleased with it. But with regards to Team Infused now, it looks like Hoods has eyes on the B-bomb site, so they could perhaps be trying to attempt to do what they did last time round, where they put the smoke down to cover off the door and go straight into B. And again, it's only one EZskins player, not even on the B-bomb site, he's stuck at the doors. It's Victor, he gets nailed in the head. Rezu trying to fight back, but Critical AWPs him. Zed here on the flank, he should be able to drop Boaster and co coming through CT spawn, and it's just been far too easy for Infused to infiltrate this B-bomb site.
Yeah, it's they really know what they're up to. They know the game plan. They have this written down to the T. And as you said, Zed, if they do decide to push through, will have a lovely plethora of kills coming in. But at the moment, the CT side probably opting against, as they do have the AWP in play. They probably don't want to lose it. But already the T side starting to begin the hunt, already trying to lock him down. And Chronic here might be in trouble. I'm not sure if he's already watching this. He's not, and Zed is going to appear, start trying to pick up these kills, trying to get those guns away. And maybe Aaron could be the one to do so. But still, this has been a taxing start for EZskins after that first pistol, and just the skill alone from Infused is just seeming to kind of overbear towards EZskins. They just don't seem to be able to take these 1v1s right now.
When we think about teams like Envious, one thing Envious is so good at is having such a dynamic defense where Happy, the in-game leader, I think it may have changed right now, but it doesn't matter. They're so good at reading their opponents that they're always changing their CT side around, and that's what EZskins need to do now. It comes from experience, and EZskins, this is the lack of experience we were talking about. They should have noticed that, hold on a second guys, that B rush is problematic for us, we need to change it around, and they got caught out outside the B-bomb site in that last round, which was even worse than what happened in the previous round. So they need to change it up now, discuss it with each other, and decide how they're going to try and repel this Team Infused attack this time round.
Yeah, the double AWPs are certainly going to make that a little bit harder. Critical and Hudgy now picking this one up. 3 players still towards A. Hudgy just consider his options, maybe going to try and get that pick towards the site if anyone was on there. No one really is. They're playing a little off. I think it's Chronic who's been playing it now, kind of switching up with Boaster a touch. Boaster kind of playing a little bit closer to maybe CT. The molly could push Chronic out of place here, and it does. And Hudgy just about missing it by a whisker. So, 40 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be an A play, and Rezu could be vital here.
It could be. The question at hand is, the Team Infused going to check that corner. I hide there so many times when I play him.
Oh.
Teams always forget to watch it. Rezu with the double. Chronic knows the troops are coming in. He knew that Hudgy was on short. He may have heard the AWP shot. And now Team Infused, it's good that Zed picked up an AK-47, because with 2 AWPs, this would have been incredibly difficult. But they still march on, and they do well. Zed and Hudgy with a killer piece. Down! Hits the floor in Chronic. And Andrew now with the AWP to try and save the round, salvage something from it. But the A-bomb site, the defense just collapsed.
It just fell apart from start to finish then, and there was nothing incredible tactically from that. They lost out at long. They should not have been able to convert that round so cleanly, but one by one, the CTs just fell, and now Andrew is once again trying to keep hold of the weapon to hand, and he's already being herded down, and Hudgy may be in trouble. But they've got money for days by now, the T-side. They're not too worried by that. And you could hear it if you are here at the venue, you could hear how much that meant to Infuse. Just back-to-back rounds are going to start looking very good for them. And another one will be placed on the board. Infuse starting to build into this now, and EZskins, they need to go back to the drawing board a touch. They need to be able to kind of reconsider their options here.
They do. I think they'll be disappointed that last round, because Rezu got the 2 opening frags as well, so they had the advantage, and then they just threw it away. But they've got to try and keep their heads in the game now, these youngsters. So, are they going to change it around? They've crossed 2 over towards the B-bomb site, and yeah, they are starting to play 2 in the B-bomb site at the start of rounds, but it's only 1 player at long. But as long as Chronic keeps getting frags like that, it should be okay. Rezu is the backup alongside Boaster, but they are going to give away long control, and now we could see Boaster get boosted on top of the A-bomb site, or Rezu even, and someone else watch short.
Yeah, and actually for once, there's very little pressure coming from short. It's pretty much all on long, and it's actually already working in their favor. Boaster needs to make this count. Already picking up one, goes back for a cheeky second. Molly going to come into place and just about not going to touch him. So, bomb still at long. 1 player on the side. Zed is there. We do have Red Snake pushed up as well. Boaster makes the play, finally does a big impact kill, And now Zed 1v3 is in trouble. 55 seconds to make something special out of this. He knows where Boaster is. Rezu edging closer with every step. I don't think he knows where Rezu is, and Rezu is just waiting this out perfectly. Gets the glimpse and gets the kill. EZskins are back in the game, but that felt very hard work for.
It did, and you always have to work hard against players like those within Team Infused, but solid stuff from EZskins. Again, D-Dust 2 is a very evenly sided map, so at 6-4, they're still well in the game. It's not over just yet. Critical. Henry and co, I was speaking to HudsG about it as well, how he was saying he wanted to try and sort of become the main AWPer for this side, but we haven't really seen him pick it up much. He just hasn't really gone in his favor. Instead, he's handed it over to Critical.
Yeah, and maybe that's just something they're looking at, maybe more of a CT side play. Andrew going to do a good bit of work there towards Red Snake. This is the first time we've seen Infused really starting to look towards mid as well. It's mostly been these B plays. It looks like a mid to B split, considering Zed is still waiting out with that bomb in the tunnels, but sooner rather than later, Infused is going to come knocking. Critical lands the shot, and that is massive. B is open, and it is just easy taking for Infused. And look, there's no one there to really challenge. The closest they've got is what, Boaster? And he's got a player just down to his left.
If EZskins had just repelled that attack for 5 or so more seconds, they had a player who's flanking from the back of long who could have dealt a lot of damage at mid, but I'm surprised that the player at the B doors actually peeked towards the double doors area, because Critical just out-AWPed him easily and it was disappointing. But Boaster, if he'd gone on that third frag, he may have had enough time to defuse, but it's just not going to happen. But again, when you consider Team Infused had the bomb down, they had B control, the fact that they lost 4 out of 5 players in that scenario up against just Boaster by himself, they'll be disappointed with that because it now forces them into having to rebuy. But because they won so many rounds, money's not too much of an issue right now, but I'll tell you what, it is an issue for EZskins, only pistols on them.
Yeah, very limiting funding to be worked with, or limited funding, and making a good play out of this. So the CZ at this sort of angle is always phenomenal. Chronic is still there. Not going to get much out of it though, sadly. And they have broken in. Rezu, if he lands a clean shot, could have done a bit of work, but at the moment, the T side sitting fairly pretty. Aaron is very low, but needs to depend on HudsG to help him out here. And the knives are coming out, boys. Oh, Boaster, don't do Boaster! Come on, buddy, you're on 1 HP. At least go down like a man. He will be picked up in the end by Zed, but still. Infused just starting to make this look a little easier.
Yeah, and you expect them to. They've got so much firepower right now. And let's see what strategy they're going to opt to take going into this round. Very, very tough for EZskins. They've still got Chronic, who's only on a CZ75. And significant lack of grenades as well, but hello, towards long, Team Infused march. HudsG and co, they've got Rezu in pit and one person at the corner. Rezu dealing the damage. Red Snake is literally a dead man standing and he will get barbecued at long. It's advantage EZskins, and let's see whether they can capitalize on it.
Yeah, it's down to Critical, Aaron and Zed to remake this round, pull it together somehow, and they're going to try and switch things up. They have lost the bomb at long. It's firmly under the control of 2 players now. There's Rezu and Chronic's out there. Chronic being able to pick up an AK is going to be big for him as well. Starting off with that CZ that you pointed out, just not enough. But a 4-player stack, and look at this. Zed could be in trouble. Victor locks it down on B. And now just the 2 remain. Critical and Aaron trying to find a way, and Andrew's got a good idea where he is, but will Aaron expect the one sitting in Goose? That's a bigger question. He can push through, but he won't get to long unless he checks, and it looks like it's going to be the Slaughter coming in, and Critical shouldn't be able to do this.
He shouldn't, and they didn't let him, and you can see Boaster there just spurring on the rest of his teammates. That's what they need. Andrew jumping about, they need to keep their heads in the game, need to stay motivated, and Team Infused, even though they'd won so many rounds in a row, we had a point where HudsG was on $15,000. That's been knocked down now because of EZskins getting back into the game. And if EZskins can win this one, we might finally see an eco round come out from Team Infused. I'm not actually sure whether we've seen Infused eco so far this map. I don't think so, because they won the pistol and then they just went on the Infused steamroll.
Pretty much. The one thing is, though, I'm pretty sure Infused actually chose to stay on T side after the knife. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So maybe just feeling confident starting on the T side. And you can see as to why. Critical there, just opening up. Victor goes down, and I wonder how much they're going to speed up here, because Andrew's not been playing this site. That's going to catch him off a little bit. Infused are going to now lack that AWPing presence of Critical, and already Andrew's starting to look for more. Checking down towards mid. Didn't catch a glimpse, but there's a hell of a lot of players there, and this double stack on short could really come into play. Chronic does peek out, and then there's Boaster to try and follow up. He does get Aaron. Rezu chimes in, and now just Zed standing. These small changes have made a world of difference for EZskins.
They have, and I don't think Team Infused... Whoops.
Nice work, camera guys. I'm proud of you.
I don't think Team Infused were actually expecting Andrew to be in the B-bomb site as well, that was a surprise that they needed. We were talking about earlier on to prevent the push coming in, have that second player. And as well, the crossfire on short was so good because the person pushed short and then he had no idea that there's actually someone behind the stairs. So he faced the guy who's hiding behind the concrete, and then the rest of the teammates came in, and then he was just peekaboo. The second CT was there and he mowed them down. And now it is going to be the final round of the half. So it is a force buy from Team Infused. But again, Tech 9 for Red Snake, Tech 9 for Hoods-G. Don't rule them out just yet. They are going to take short control like they've done quite a lot so far this game. And we can see how EZskins are trying to repel that. They've gone for the double stack on short again. And they've actually given away long, surprisingly, but Infused don't know this.
Well, I think Infused might find out very soon. It's down to Boaster to land these shots, and he's just not hitting them, sadly. And now Victor playing on A. That is a definite switch up. Just gets dealt with, and Infused breaking in with little to no funding on this one. They're the two Tech 9s in play, but Hushy doesn't care. He's going to pick up two regardless. Now gets himself a gun, and now Andrew is in a 1v4. And well, I don't think he's going to get much more out of that. Red Snake will lock it down, and Infused have a good beginning here, I think it's the best way to put it.
Yeah, great beginning as well. When you are 9-6 up going into the second half, you win the pistol, you win the next 3 rounds, and then even though 9-6 seems very, very close, you win the pistol, and then all of a sudden the game's heavily in your favor. So the pistol here could be crucial for both sides. If Team Infused win it, then they're going to be in a very, very strong situation, both mentally, economically, and on the scoreboard as well. If EZskins get it, then it most likely will tie things up at 9-all.
Yeah, it's good seeing Boaster starting to hit a little bit of form. You can see it even just on the scoreboard there. And at the moment, seeing what the T-side are up to, it does look like they have a plan in mind. 4 players with armor. Victor, just with the flash there, making a hell of a lot of noise. Kind of doing what we saw Hudgy do on the first round actually for the CTs. Well, now CTs, and they are going to be making this B play. Zed will be trying to hold on down to 15 HP. Victor finds Critical, surprisingly. And please land that shot, Andrew. Dear God, man. The bomb is going to be coming in. Red Snake's close, but this should be a T-sided round.
Red Snake, the Team Infused, in-game leader, getting prepared to try and retake this bomb site, but it's a wonderful crossfire from EZskins. Victor's lurking in tunnels as well. Aaron in mid-air with the USPS headshot. Now Boaster, he hears them coming in from tunnels, but EZskins, they're not showing anything. Aaron with a second, Andrew holding the doors. Aaron's going to peek him, he's got it 2 already, he will make it a hat-trick, and now it's all down to Chronic. Here's the defuse coming in, and Hoods-G, he's not going to win it despite the frag. There are the high fives from EZskins. And they huffed and they puffed, but they just eventually won that pistol round. And credit, in my opinion, where it's due to Victor. He didn't buy armor, and he was the fake going onto the A bomb site to allow the B push to come in. And Team Infused, they had no idea what hit them.
Very surprising and wonderful for EZskins. That's going to give them a little bit of a glimpse of hope. I hate to say it, but you feel like you lose out on that pistol second half. You kind of feel like half the battle's already been kind of fought. But regardless, they're back in this one. They've gone for a curious buy here. Scout. Nice little bit of an MP7, P90 in play, a Galil and an AK. So a little bit of everything pretty much thrown into the mix here. And I just want to see what they can build from this. Aaron may just walk into the crosshair of Rezu, but Critical with that. Scout can already find Boaster, and the Scout v Scout battle may just begin. And my lord, Andrew, you might be in trouble here.
Critical versus Andrew, who's going to win that battle? Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, the mass majority of the EZskins players heading towards long, and Critical actually spotted that, so the rest of his teammates will receive that intel. But again, EZskins checking all their corners, taking it slow, trying to keep their distance, hence why they're going long, because that's what the AKs are better at doing as opposed to these 5.7s and Aaron's Deagle.
But it's a dangerous combo, isn't it? Once you see that Scout, even if they get the tag, and the same can be said for the Deagle, you can finish the kills off for each other, and it starts becoming a bit of a problem, and Critical is just watching this. If he lands a shot here, that'd be massive. Goes back in for it. Chronic just has bullets for days, takes him down, and the A side is in their hands. Now, Hudgy, Aaron, and Red Snake can get some connections, trying to get a shot to actually land, and Red Snake going for the jumping scouts. I've seen shots like this before. And oh, Red Snake finds Andrew. This just always seems to happen when I'm casting, and now 2v1. Chronic has to go big. He's got to save the day here, and there's the final play. And Chronic with the P90. It may just look disgraceful, but it works.
Well, how could he not win that with the P90? You know, hat trick from him.
Just holding down mouse 1 and just ripping
Exactly.
into him.
Oh, dearie me. And Andrew writes in chat, why is jump shooting a thing?
Why is it always me casting this
Zed.
on Dust too as well?
Yeah.
Any jump shots? I'm going to start calling him Kelly or Kukli.
Kukli.
Kukli style.
I love it when people call him Kukli. Pasha says Kukli in the most awesome way.
Everything Pasha says is awesome.
But true, true.
Anyway, into this one. There's not much to be said if we're being very honest here. The CT side just opting for the cleanest of ecos. They've literally not brought a single item into this. So if they can get a gun away, absolutely perfect. Nice little read by Boaster, or Victor, should I say. Just to stick with the Tech 9. You don't really need much more for this. He'll be absolutely fine to do the damage. And he does so. Aaron goes down, and that's a good bit of money being built in towards the pot.
Yeah, and unfortunately the team Infused players there, rather than going together and trying to compete with the firepower, they just sort of went in one by one with these tiny pistols and no armor, and the AKs are always going to win, especially when in the hands of quality players like these EZskins players. They know that Red Snake is one of the B players, and you be rotating from short. Molotov goes down, that will slow him down. And if I was Red Snake, I probably would have just tried to hide somewhere, maybe go towards the back of long and get an exit frag and pick up an AK-47 rather than try and infiltrate the bomb site. But what's important now is Team Infused can't afford to buy up.
And to be fair, I was speaking to Victor a little earlier today, and he was saying he feels maybe Infused will underestimate them. They won't, expect some of the stuff they're doing. They won't be completely, treating them on that same keel. It'll be not maybe arrogance, but that level of confidence that a veteran side like this should have on occasion, but it can catch you out. Critical there. Catches one on short, but they're going to make a play out of this quickly, but Critical adjusts, lands a shot towards Rezu. Looking for more, goes back in, but it's Hudshi locking it down, and now just Andrew alive. This quick play has fallen to pieces, and now Andrew trying to get the plant in towards short. He's got 3 players though, Zed, Aaron, and Red Snake, and it only takes 1. Aaron closes it down, and that just felt like a little bit of a sloppy round then coming out from EZskins, maybe just trying to catch off the CT side, but it really didn't pay out.
I thought it was going to end up being sloppy from Team Infused, especially after Critical got his jump all wrong and had to fall back down. He was in the most awkward position ever with that AWP. But again, all his years of experience, I think he's probably been playing CS since the day I was probably born, to be fully honest. That's how long it seems like he's been in UKCS.
He's calling him old now. It's really nice.
Oh god, he's not going to like
that. I realise
that,
we're a LAN, there's videos out there.
Yeah, we all know what video Critical's famous for. But yeah, he managed to readjust his position, and he still managed to get a kill and he dinked a player as well, which made the life much easier for the rest of his teammates. But EZskins now, they can still afford to buy. They won the pistol, they had a bit of bank to work with, and they're probably now just going to try and take it slow, get a bit of intel on how Team Infused is setting up, because you know what? It's not much different to what they did last round, so let's see whether EZskins can capitalize on this.
It's a good point, isn't it? And I'm curious to see how much they're paying attention towards it as well. How much have they picked up from this? And there's so many players about to funnel through those doors, but will they expect that second player? Red Snake doing a nice little flash off the back, actually blinding up a good couple of them. And already the CT side seems fully aware of what the T side were up to then. Or maybe not.
I think they wanted to try and be split, but Red Snake's flash has completely ruined the timing and it allowed Red Snake to reposition himself. So they have fallen back to short, and they are going to try and breach this A bomb site. Critical again with that AWP in a very awkward position, but we've seen him make it work once. He will make it work again. He's fallen back to this old rattlesnake position. Guardian also used to play this a lot back in CS Source, and I think we saw him do it at Gfinity for Navi. So taking their time, EZskins, and it looks like they are in fact going to go back to B. But Zed, is he going to fall out that bomb site?
Oh, this is massive. Zed has to hold on. He's the linchpin here. There's already someone watching the rotate. Zed has found one. Red Snake breaks through in mid, but B is open for the taking. But knocking on the door once again is Infused. They do not want to let this go, but with only 9 seconds, they have to get the bomb down. Nice flash comes out. Critical can't find the shot just yet. Seriously, Red Snake starting to peek in through that window, but they're completely ignoring him. And actually, Red Snake's not the one doing the damage. It's all down to Boaster now. 1v3. He's not going to get a single thing done in the end. And eventually they find the bomb, not with Critical's help. But Aaron will get the defuse, and the retake just came in perfectly. And what do we make of EZskins running that clock so low? Was that just trying to get the advantage as much as they can, or what do you think really went wrong for them there?
I think they were just trying to get an entry frag, to be fully honest with you. But so many smokes, so many Molotovs going down. It almost seemed like wherever they went, they just ran into a brick wall. EZskins, they did the hard thing by getting the bomb down, but I think they're going to be really, really disappointed by the fact that they peaked Team Infused trying to retake that bomb site. Normally, once you're in that B bomb site, once you've got the bomb down, it's so difficult to retake for the CTs. And all you have to do is literally show no skin and just wait for the CTs to charge into your crossfires and crosshairs. Zed with one with his AWP. We haven't seen him use it before, but he's used it to perfection up against the Tech 9 rush. And Victor most likely will get shut down for it as well. And it was relatively simple up against the Eco for Team Infused, but to be fully honest with you, most of the time these Tech 9 rush rounds don't even seem like an Eco, so fair play to Infused.
Yeah, it always feels like a stretch, isn't it? When you're like, oh, it's only a pistol round. Oh, wait, now they've got
really
armor.
A pistol.
Now they've got a couple of flashes. You've essentially got, this really weird gun round that just works out half the time. But let's have a little look at what the T-side are up to now. They need to switch something up. They just, seem to be getting caught out here, and Zed once again taking himself out to B, but Andrew is already holding that angle. I think Zed may have caught a glimpse in. I'm not sure. Flash comes out. Oh, and that was just sloppy. Andrew just got caught out. Great positioning from Zed. Just picking him in towards the corner and almost followed up then, to be fair, little to his knowledge. But already, that's a brilliant start for the CT side.
Red Snake and Hoods doubling up at mid here. If Red Snake goes down, they'll probably have no idea Hoods is in CT spawn. There's the pop flash, and the Molotov will go down to prevent any potential mid-to-B pushes, because they knew EZskins had tunnels controlled. They were in tunnels, so the mid-to-B may have been on the cards. But EZskins now, like we saw in the last round, not much luck on B. They're going to go and try A through short, but they're going to be greeted by another Molotov. This is good for Infused. They just keep running down the clock. Yeah,
a substantial amount of utility just being put into place, and with that much money, why not? You can't really blame them. Infused have starting to build up that bank themselves, and you might as well start depending on it. Victor starting to look towards long. Aaron is ready and waiting, but he doesn't win that one out, actually. So now maybe there is a chance towards this site. Boaster starting to build up himself as well. Bomb is starting to go down. Rezu gets that planted. Now 3v3, this is not a bad situation, to be fair.
Victor may have single-handedly won this round for EZskins because he flanked from long and they had no idea he was coming, but not on Red Snake's watch. He does drop Boaster. Lovely headshot from Red Snake towards Pit and Victor. That shot is so difficult to pull off, and they know exactly where Rezu's hiding, and they are going to nail him through the box, and the defuse comes in, and this is the Team Infused we're used to seeing. Fair play to Victor, great flank from him, but what a retake, and pat on the back to Red Snake.
Great play. Pause comes in. Now, is this a tactical pause? I think so. I think there needs to be a discussion coming out. So, don't want to say too much, obviously, because they can now hear us. Headsets are off. But all in all, let's kind of recap what you at least have made, let's say specifically opinion-wise on these two teams, and what sort of performance we're seeing off the back of it. Infused came into this with a good half to begin with. How do you feel they followed into their second here?
I think Infused have done well. EZskins, again, like we said, we want to try and see them suss out how Team Infused are playing on the CT side, because they haven't really changed it up, bar the round where Zed picked up the AWP and he's got it against the double up setup. So one's going to the back of B and Critical's playing short very passively and dropping down when they're pushing.
Hold on, Coach Henry G's on stage, careful. I don't think we should allow him up there, Should we try and ban Henry G from stage?
I don't think he'd like that, to be honest.
No, look at him. He's like, look, okay, you're not playing very well. I'll sit down for you, and I'll basically win the team. All right? I'll
give me one of your shirts, and I'll have no idea I'm sat down playing.
Shirt. I'll give you some skins for it. That works. No, they are just having a little chat through things. And actually, that's the first time I've seen the Infused lot actually seeming fairly cheerful as well. They're looking pretty relaxed, to be fair. That's the thing. You looked on the other side, and when every time EZskins won or lost a round, emotionally it was like the polar opposite reaction. So when they lost, it was sighs and pretty down. On the Infused side, they look pretty chilled the whole way through. Win or loss, it was just like, well, we've done this before. We've been on these stages.
Also, win around all in a day's work, right? We're used to doing this. But yeah, so EZskins again. Need to see more of a dynamic T setup from them, try and suss out how their opponents are playing and try and abuse it. And what they may have learned from the last round is that later on, Team Infused only play with one person at long. So if they could just flash over and rush it with two players, get the long control. And actually on DDoS 2, back in Source, if you got long control, you'd be able to flash teammates onto short over the building and vice versa. And Valve recently implemented this on Ddos 2, but we haven't actually seen even the top teams utilize it that much.
And it's quite funny on that topic. I was speaking to the Fnatic guys kind of about it, and Titan and Envious, and just after the Pro League, trying to find out where people are at. And even Fnatic saying, we haven't really been able to fully practice in like 6 weeks.
They've had so many events.
Exactly, it's back to back, and the best practice they currently have is playing official games. That's all they have. They don't get the time to sit down and review because the scheduling is manic. There's so much to do. But yeah, so far, I'd be curious to see when that evolution comes in. We saw a lot of that, especially in my mind. I always look back to when Envious, brought out the whole Inferno mollies. It was Cadian who noticed that MBK found this out a good month, or a good few months ago. That he found out these certain ways he wanted to play. There's a certain way they executed towards a B site on the T side. And Cadian was waiting to see him actually pull it out into play, and it didn't happen until that major, where finally they played it, and it finally opened up the map, and it was finally back underway. So there's a lot of things I can imagine the teams can then bring when they get the time to actually put in work towards it. But right now, a lot of the teams just don't have it. But I believe we are live, and why don't you take us back into it?
Right, so there is the ult we were talking about for Zed at the back of the B bomb site. And we've got Aaron at long again by himself, so it is the same setup from Team Infused, except Critical now playing mid instead of HUD. Aaron, well, he didn't do well last time round, but he has just slaughtered them this time. And now HUD all by himself tries to take on Victor, but Critical comes in to take out the rest of the EZskins guys. Fair play to Aaron, and I don't think EZskins have any idea what just happened there, and at least they're smiling about it.
It's just HUD's reaction. I kind of wish we didn't have the pips in here, just so you could see what they're writing. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Anyway, back into this. We are seeing the 4-sub coming out from EZskins. Just going to get the Galils in play, the Tech 9s. Nothing fantastic, but they still have 2 AKs at least, so there's a little something to be worked with. But it looks like EZskins are hitting that brick wall of the kind of current skill ceiling they have in a way in these pressure moments. So you could always feel there's a 30% extra that Infused could give. Whereas on the other side, how much more can EZskins bring to the play? We're about to find out. Aaron, don't do it again. All right, at least he only got 1 this time, not the whole stack. And now Critical flashes in, makes it look good. Takes down Boaster, not going to follow up though. It's pretty much a 2-for-2 exchange. But look at the ground gained. If they can get that bomb across, they are in a fantastic position.
They will be. They've also got Victor who push short as well, so if they plant for short, this could be a great after-plant position for them, but if they frag Victor here, 3 versus 1, then that A-bomb site could be incredibly difficult to try and hold off the retake, but he's just going to toy in this smoke. Flash comes in, and Team Infused charge towards him. It's going to be Red Snake, who's played so well this half to get the frag. Andrew knows the CTs are heading in his way, but he's just going to try and buy the clock. He wants Infused players to actually peek to allow the crossfire from his teammate at long to deal the damage, and it is going to be a long plan. This is huge for Chronic, but he's missing the shot. Chronic, you can't do this. Defuse is still being hurled, and Team Infused somehow salvage that round, and Chronic.
Critical's already up. Oh. That's what I was waiting to see. Beautifully done, but that has got to be gutting for such a young team to be missing something like that. That is literally summing up that team. They have skill, they have potential, but sometimes when you just have to hit that shot, and it could be the most basic shot, it doesn't happen. And sadly for him, blame it on the hitboxes if you want, it didn't happen. I'm waiting to see the excuses in chat if I was honest, but you still got to land those shots. If you already see Critical getting up like that, you're already in a bad spot. So looking at this, EZskins making a good impact, but it just doesn't seem quite enough right now.
Well, that's one of the things. Critical, I mean, he's given it so many lands, so much more experienced players are just used to it. They don't let it get into their heads. No. Whilst these EZskins guys, they haven't really competed on a stage like this before. Something like that might get into their heads, and something as small as that might be all you need to give you that edge to emerge victorious in a game. But anyways, Aaron, he's changed his position around, and Victor has no idea, and this could be massive. If he can drop 1 of the 5 Ts here, it will give both him and Infused quite a decent stronghold into this round.
Yeah, he's standing waiting for it. The push is looking like it's being formed through mid. Red Snake is actually pretty low, so he can be dealt with. Oh, that was a great bit of damage done by him, even though he's down so low. Zed peeks out from those double doors on towards B, and Hudgy just looks over the smokes and rains it down. Victor, now last man alive, will be dealt with. An Infused pick up map 1. Another day in the office, it looked like, for those boys on the CT side. T side, it looked fairly close. It looked like, you know, maybe EZskins could have done more damage. But then once that pressure started building, once Infused started rolling, they just looked a little step ahead.
Yeah, they did. It's a shame that EZskins couldn't do better on their gun rounds. But you know how it is when you end up losing 2 rounds in a row. You find yourself back on the eco round. It's so tough to compete against the firepower, especially the firepower that Infused had in that scenario because of the bank they built up. But still, it was decent on Dust 2. I hope we'll get an even better game on the next map.
I think we will. I'm actually not too sure what the next map is. I can imagine it should be in the standard pool. That's at least.
I think it could be Cash.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Cash or Inferno. I know that EZskins actually quite like Inferno.
True.
They were saying earlier that they feel quite comfortable on it. They feel that they could compete on it. And I wouldn't be surprised Cash as well, just because it's an easier map to play out for them off the back of their style. And they were fairly confident in their AWPing capabilities. Whether or not we saw it truly come into practice then, they could then find maybe some form of it later down the line. But regardless, it looks like the teams just want to take, you know, a breath of wonderful fresh air. And while that happens, I'm sure there's going to be a lot to be said, maybe by the analysis desk if they have time for it. Oh, and the maps are Cash and Nuke. So yeah. I think Nuke was just probably something that's left in there because they don't want Cobble or Overpass pretty much.
No, it's Train that they haven't brought in, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, Train's not in the pool either.
No, so they've got Nuke in instead.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But yeah.
I don't think it'll get to that, to be honest. I think Cash is going to be one-sided for Infused now. Yeah. I'm going to put it out there.
I agree with that. I know that Team Infused love their Cash, and even at I-Series, they competed against the likes of Kick, the Portuguese lineup, with Cash. It's a map that they're very, very comfortable on. Meanwhile, EZskins, DDoS 2, the problem with DDoS 2 is, I think Henry was actually talking to me about it once, where it's a bad map to have as your home map, because it suits sort of like...
Everyone can play it.
Exactly. It's not sort of like your niche map kind of thing, where, for example, Virtus Pro was so solid at one point on Mirage when no one could take them on it. And it's, as well, there were teams who weren't as strong on Mirage kind of things. Oh, but yeah.
It is the theory crafting to maps, though, isn't it? No one really wants to have Dust 2 as their home. If you can then get an extra 10% of consistency, it's great for you, but you never want to depend on it in a map pool, because everyone to a degree will be like, well, that's fine, we're okay on it. No one's going to be like, oh, hell no, I can't play Dust 2, unless you're, you know, let's say, imagine when you get, okay, well, you're up against Fnatic on Inferno, then suddenly there's that feeling of dread. It's like, well, how much better can we ever be than Fnatic on that map? It's so hard. So hopefully they find a little bit of comfort on Cash for EZskins. Maybe they can work on it. I know they were mostly looking towards maybe, you know, a lot of mid picks, working off the back of that, depending a lot on the AWPer. So if Critical's already in their face, and that's a one-to-one with the other AWPers, that is a lot to overcome mentally for a young side. So that's going to be a factor. But I think, so we can take a quick break, have a sip of water ourselves while the players just have a chat outside. We will pass back to the beautiful and delightful analysis desk, who actually have a very special guest.
I do indeed. Thanks very much, Lauren. I'm joined this time by James.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, we've lost Henry. Henry has gone for a walk. If you do see...
We fired him because he went on the stage.
Yeah. But if you see a CSGO analyst anywhere around MCM, do let us know. So hopefully we'll be able to relocate him. But until then...
Hi.
Hey, how you doing, James?
I'm all right. This is weird, isn't it? It's different.
Yeah, a bit different.
It's different. I'm happy to be here, though.
You watching the game, though? You had your eyes on that. I mean, I'm not gonna put you for some elite analysis, but
he should have shot him while he was defusing with the AWP in both shots.
Yeah,
should have hit him. I think that would have been better.
Yeah.
There we go. God damn, that is.
You even got a clap from Pansy there.
Yeah, Pansy's clapping me. Thanks, Lauren. So that's my expert analysis.
Okay, well I'll try Hoss then.
Yeah.
Hoss, you watched that game. How do you think Dust 2 unfolded? The right team won, you think?
Yeah, I have to agree. Infused did come out the better team, although I feel as if EZskins there, if I recall correctly, they won both of the pistol rounds. If they'd just been able to expand upon those, then they would have got more rounds on the board, the gap would have been closer, and mentally they could have been in a bit of a different position, and maybe been able to bring that a lot closer. But that game was as we expected. It was Dust 2, I believe it was Infused pick of a map as well, so you did kind of expect them to win. But then we move on to Cash, which we know EZskins are good on. It's one of their favorite maps to play. They had the epic game against Xenex in it, where they did go to 88 rounds. And I mean, we saw even before the game, Boaster, he was hyped just to be on the stage, and provided their heads don't drop and they still get that adrenaline going, this could easily be one of their maps.
So it could be seen the third. The third, of course, if we need it, is Nuke.
Which is a very scary third map.
Yeah, then it comes down to who wins the knife round almost. Like it does get pretty terrifying. James, you enjoyed to see that match unfold. Would you like to see a third? Would you like this to go
Actually,
all
I
the
would.
way?
You just spoke about the adrenaline then.
Yeah.
Did you see Critical on the
Yeah.
stage, like screaming and shouting? I want to see more of that. I want to see 3 maps of that. I hope EZskins win the second map, actually, so that we can go in. I don't want Infused to feel a bit worried, and Critical will then make loads of noise on Nuke, I'm sure.
Yeah, getting hyped.
And also the EZskins guys, how they were dancing halfway through the first half. I want to see more of that. It's actually really good characters on the stage.
Yeah, they do seem like good fun. I mean, one of the guys, story time on the analyst desk. One of the guys, Boaster. It was such a weird experience meeting him, because this is a man that I, however long ago, played Call of Duty 4 with, and he was like 15 years old. And I was like,
I was gonna say,
I used to play with
then, right?
I used to play with a guy called Boaster.
Yeah.
Oh, it's him. What's he doing here? What's he doing playing CS, top of the UK CS scene? But of course, these guys are still battling to secure their place in that grand final. Team EZskins are waiting in the wings, and that's going to be played straight after this one. So we're still waiting to see who is going to be meeting them in this one.
And in fact, you did just mention EZskins. They're sat literally just down there, watching this game intensely, knowing what the strengths of these two teams are, and of course, looking at their weaknesses.
Tried to get Sheiky to come on the desk instead of me, because I thought he'd have more insight, but he said no.
Yeah. It's because the lights are so bright.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's why he didn't come up. The lights.
So then, next map will be Cash, and we're going to be jumping into that as soon as possible. The players are starting to return from their fresh air. I think I'm going to go do the same, and you should still be back very shortly with map 2.